Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you enjoy what I've got for you today, and please check out as you're watching this little links on screen as well for different things on my Facebook and Twitter, and of course my football channel as well. And please, all your comments are very welcome. Just let us know and push that subscribe button. Don't forget, please push the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications set to public as well if you want to know when these vlogs are coming out. Push that notification button as well. So anyway, please enjoy. Right, today we're going to have a look at Addams Family 2. Yes, as I'm recording this, it's on at the UK cinemas. 93 minutes long, a PG rating. Of course, it's a follow-up, isn't it? It's a computer-animated, supernatural, black comedy film, as in black comedy film. Yeah, so there you go. A lot to squeeze in, obviously, with that sort of title. Directed by Greg Tiernan and Conrad Vernon. Co-directed by Laura Brosu and Kevin Pavlovich, written by Dan Hernandez, Benji Samit, Ben Queen, Susanna Fogel, with a story by Hernandez and Samit. Yep, sequel, of course, to the 2019 sleeper film, wasn't it? Some people said I was surprised it did a sequel, to be honest with you, but a bit of a slow burn, but it averaged about 5.8 out of 10 at the moment on Internet Movie Database, the original Addams Family, which is a little bit, it's okay for what it is. Obviously, we'll talk about that briefly when we look at Addams Family 2. We do have the voices of this. We've got the voices of Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Nick Kroll, Javon Walton, Wallace Shawn, Snoop Dogg, Bette Midler, and Bill Hader. Yeah, so a quite impressive voice cast there for this one. And what's the story about? Well, we find Morticia and Gomez distraught. Yes, their children are growing up, and sadly they always do, don't they? Skipping family dinners, totally consumed with screen time. To reclaim their bond, they decide to cram Wednesday, Pugsley, Uncle Fester, and the crew into their haunted camper and hit the road for one last miserable family vacation. Their adventure across America takes them out of their element and into hilarious run-ins with their iconic cousin It, probably the best bit in the film, as well as many new kooky characters. Well, a few. What could possibly go wrong? Plenty. Yeah, the scores, all these scores was at the 12th of October 2021. As I said, it's on the UK cinemas at the moment. This is at 9 AM UK time. Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not overly impressed. 4.5 out of 10 based on 83 critics scores. So that's 20 fresh and 63 rotten, which isn't great, is it? And that's actually been updated. Yes, sorry, please forgive my thing. That was the day before. Yes, it's actually now 4.5 out of 10. The same, but 21 fresh and 64 rotten on 85 reviews. So there you go. So similar feel with those extra reviews, obviously. Brian Lowry is fresh. He's from CNN.com. He goes on to say, for now, although this animated sequel plucks enough of the right buttons to qualify as a regional addition to the family movie time, meaning poor Wednesday might need to brace herself for another family excursion in the not-so-distant future. Okay, but rotten, and he speaks probably for a lot of the rottens on this one, or she, Wendy I from The Observer here in the UK. A singularly unattractive animation style. I quite like it. Jokes as flat as roadkill and a score that could be used as an instrument of torture are just some of the problems with the latest attempt to squeeze yet more blood from the Addams Family mausoleum. Not very nice words, but I have to echo some of that and some of the positives from the other one as well. The consensus reads, altogether ooky and not in a good way. Shame. But, yeah, this is a big but. First of all, a bit of dissent. The audience, the Rotten Tomatoes audience, the verified audience, the guys who paid the moolah, paid the money to go in and watch this, 3.8 out of 5. So that equates to 7.6 out of 10. So that's not bad, is it? That's a good score. And the consensus of the audience, the story's sort of thin. I quite like the story. And it doesn't really capture the character's classic flavour, well, just as a whole. But as a family-friendly viewing option, the Addams Family 2 mostly delivers. So there you go. The audience are happy with it. Well, Steve, I was happy with it. But, yeah, I can thoroughly understand some people liking it, don't get me wrong. But then we get back to the bad bits again. We got the Metascore critics, Metacritic site. 38 out of 100. That's based on 21 reviews. Yes, that's not been updated. 21 reviews. It scores anywhere between 30 and 75 out of 100, so not great. One of the low scores was our friend Roger Moore at Movie Nation. He gave it 38 out of 100. He said, it's understandable that MGM would want to make a sequel to their sleeper smash. Yeah, I did mention that, didn't I? Of a couple of years ago. It's laudable that they stuck with the same animation house. I quite liked it. That made that one, giving them another fine visual showcase. They did. But it's unforgivable that MGM would do a rush job sequel and waste all this glorious animation on a corpse of a kid's comedy. Okay, Variety's Owen Gleiberman did like it though. One of the few that did like it on Metacritic, 70 out of 100, and said, in the case of the Addams Family 2, Tiernan and Vernon have used the sequel as an opportunity for an upgrade. The script is by an entirely new team, and in some ineffable bats in the belfry way, the jokes now land with the more inspired and spontaneous creepy kookiness. I don't particularly agree, Owen, but obviously you liked it. On to Joe Public, you, me, the guy on the street. Yeah, Internet Movie Database, 2,799 scores and reviews as I'm doing this. 5.3 out of 10. Don't forget the original got 5.8 out of 10. So that's a lot of scores. All right, it'll increase markedly over the next few weeks, but not great. 5.3 out of 10. A bit of obviously opposite to what the Rotten Tomatoes audience was saying. Similar, the guys who've been paid and watched it at the cinema. Of that 2,799, 1,464 though, 52% of that total did score it either 6 out of 10 up to 10 out of 10, but I left the 10 out of 10s in. There's a few 1 out of 10s as well, but there you go. So yeah, so okay, 52%, which is more in line with the percentage, isn't it? 5.3 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database. Well, yeah, on to my little thoughts for this one. It is a mixed bunch of reviews, as you can see there. I would say just edging on the negative. Personally, I thought the original lacked any real characters. That was the first one back in 2019. And didn't do the Addams Family, which I grew up with as a kid and loved it as a kid on the TV series. And obviously, I didn't mind the films. Obviously, one, perhaps not all as good as each other. But yeah, I don't think the original did it any favours, and sadly, I don't think this sequel is doing the originals any favours either. I mean, it's a brand new ball game. It's something totally different, of course it is, but you still have to pay homage in some extent to what's come before. And the animation, I love the animation. I think the animation is excellent. All right, it's very, very off the computerish and off the wall, but I just like it. I just like how it's so colourful and pretty to watch. I do like it, but it does sort of unfortunately lack the things that made the original series very watchable, of course. To a lesser extent, perhaps the TV films, but again, I say I did enjoy that. But it lacks, of course, the kookiness, doesn't it? That's the kookiness. It does like that for me. Just something about it. There's a lack of depth to the whole thing. Humour is all very I was going to say hit and miss, but not many hits, mainly misses. But you can see what they're trying to do. Some of the younger with the fart jokes, that sort of thing. You're looking to sort of get the younger guys on board. I mean, there is enough. Yes, I'm not going to have a total down, right? There's enough in this for a good afternoon watch with the family. And as I said, the younger members might like the odd fart joke, etc. But it's hard to see them like me, like the adults and certainly teenagers. I don't think would probably appreciate this. I think they wonder what the hell's going on with this. But yeah, I think the adults and the younger kids get a little bit bored. I got a little. The time passed okay. Don't get me wrong. It was okay watching it, but I think what I found myself doing was just enjoying the animation, not really the characters, and the lines and the script. And I did like Wednesday. Wednesday's okay, and of course I like it. I mean, it's always I like it, to be honest with you. But yeah, some of the others, I mean, Morticia especially and Gomez, are so one-dimensional. Just no real character to it. And it's a bit disappointing. A bit insulting, actually, really, to the original. You think about the original and stuff like that. It is a little bit insulting to it. I did like the story. I thought it was a very simple story. I thought the story was very, very good. But it didn't quite hit the spot overall for me, which is a shame. It wasn't delivered properly. in the similar way that sadly the first one didn't. This is perhaps more of the same, so I don't see any real big improvement from the one back in 2019. As I said, apart from it being nice to watch, nice to look at, but sadly that isn't perhaps what you rate a film and how nice it is to watch. Although when I do watch films a number of times, I tend to start looking more at the scenery and what's going on, but not on a first watch. You know, I want to be intrigued by the story and the plot and the characters. So yes, my score, I'm not going to have a total downer on it. I don't think it is worth a total. It's certainly not a 1 out of 10 by any means. And as I say, there is enough in it to be okay, as was the first, and it's getting that okay sort of score, is it? So I'm going to do my splinters in the bum sort of score, where I sort of say, yeah, I wouldn't put you off. I'm not particularly going to go out and watch it again, but a 5.5 out of 10, I think, is a fair score, which is generally round about what other people are saying. I say the only ones really different to that are the Rotten Tomatoes audience, who are quite a bit higher, but everyone else seems to be coming between the 5 and 6. So I don't think I'm causing any major shocks with that. But anyway, as I said, let me know. As I say, it's younger kids should be all right, but I say they'll find their minds wandering. So when it comes out, perhaps on DVD or it's a streaming thing, you know, you can watch it and you can have a break and then go back and watch it, or the kids can do other things and dip in and out of it. So, but as a cinema film, perhaps it doesn't quite work so well. But yeah, there you go. It wasn't that bad. Let me know what you think anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do, rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again, hopefully on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a look at my Citizen channel, my football channel, if you get a chance, on my club, Manchester City. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.